13 Love. What up, everybody? Mommy Chi in the building. I just doing a video. I've been kind of like slacking, ain't really doing my videos like that, and I don't know, I just be getting busy, so I'm gonna make it a habit to just like at least do them at night, like with the children. I'm sure you can hear them. This is like all the time they doing them. They downstairs, so just it is what it is. I'm a mama and I work at home, and you know I do this shit. So you know I just gotta go with the flow. This video, first off, I want to say happy World Doula Week to all the doulas out there. You know what I'm saying? Happy World Doula Week. That's what's up. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to us. We need more of that type of energy right now in our communities, especially so we can appreciate the womb and appreciate how birthing, the process of birthing, and how it come about, and why we should make sure that's something we have our hands all the way wrapped around, and how we really have totally lost a grasp of the birthing process. And that's one of the major reasons for the society, the reality that we see today. We see unnurtured, culture. This culture lacks that mothering hand, that touch, and it's because the womb has not been, catered to and cultivated like it should be properly, to get that energy back flowing. But today I am on a panel in Fort Worth, Texas. I'll be a part of a panel. We also be doing a viewing of the movie A Doula Story. That's the name of the movie. And it's I'm on the panel with I think it's 4 other sisters, and 3 other sisters, and the sister who invited me. Shout out to Freya. Woo! She'll be on there, and I'm excited. All the sisters on the panel, I know all those sisters. I got much love and respect for them. Shout out to y'all too. Woo! And I attached the link and everything at the bottom. I don't know if it's going to be online or nothing like that, but if you're in Fort Worth, it's at Nubia, and so stop by, holler at us. It's at 6:30 Central Standard Time. And I mean, we're going to have a good time. We're going to have a panel discussion, and we're discussing the practices of African birthing practices, the culture. And we have experience. I have personal experience with birthing, home birthing. I've had experience 2 home births myself. And my journey originally started out from the very beginning. I knew I wanted a home birth when I first got pregnant with my first child, Samaya. That's my oldest daughter. And I found a midwife down here in Texas. She was a paleface, and she just, at the beginning, I think she was just kind of like, oh, they got hair wraps and they coming up in here. You know what I'm saying? And she wasn't really feeling it. And ultimately, like, okay, this is what happened, y'all. I got bit by a spider on my ass while I was pregnant, and it was crazy. It was like, I got bit. I wasn't being, like, knowing what I know now, I can know why I got bit. However, that is what it is. I had the midwife, and I was going doing my different checkups and everything with her. Well, I missed one appointment because I got bit by this spider, and it literally got infected. It was nasty. I had a temperature like 105. They was wondering why I wasn't, like, nothing happened to me. I was just tired. Like, I felt real tired. And then when I took my temperature, I was like, dang, I'm hot. Like, that's how I was feeling. But so then she, I let her know what happened. I got bit by a spider, and I had, like, I took, what was it? It was like I didn't take nothing for the damn spider bite. Oh, yes, I remember. They prescribed me, like, hydrocodone. Yeah, that shit was crazy. I think I took a half of one because I was like, I don't want to take no pills. And so when I took that half, I felt so high. It didn't feel right. I was telling my mom, I was like, this not right. This don't feel right. And she was like, you know, I didn't take him no more. So I went through the whole thing with that. You know, I just let that go to pass like that. And so I call the lady and I'm talking to her and she's telling me, you know, like my appointment, like mind you, I canceled my appointment. But the appointment before that I had, they did blood work. And then she called me back over the phone. All of this was over the phone. So it was totally illegal. Liars. People be lying. But anyway, let me get to it. She was like, you know, that my blood test came back and it said that I had like all these damn venereal diseases. I was like, what? That was crazy. I couldn't believe she said this to me. Like, she was like, yeah, it came back positive for gonorrhea and chlamydia. And I was like, you know, because it was just me and my daughter's father. And I wasn't doing nothing. So I'm like, what? So I was able to step in and step out. So she told me that I was high risk and that she had to drop me as a patient. All of this over the phone, no paperwork, no nothing. Okay. So I'm like, now, mind you, the emotional type thing, I was like, damn, like, what is this nigga doing? And all along, this lady made up everything. So what I did was I had to find a new doctor. I found a new doctor, and when they sent everything over, because when I was talking to him, he was like, the lady lying. Because I was telling him how she was reacting and acting and stuff. He's like, she lying. Did they show you anything? I was like, no. She's like, she gonna send everything over, fax everything over. And when everything was faxed over to the other doctor's office, I asked him for a copy. And I asked him to look through it. And did my blood test show that I had any, you know, type of diseases or something? Negative. Nothing. She lied about everything. So it just opened my eyes up to show you that these people, they don't give a damn. They will make up all kind of stuff for themselves because they feel uncomfortable about who you are. You know what I'm saying? So this was my first experience with home birthing I was gonna they had a birthing center, so I was gonna utilize the birthing center. And she actually in Grand Prairie, Texas. A pale face lady, and I'm sure I still can go after her on some old legal shit because that was just completely fraud. She made that shit up. She lied. So bam, what happened? I knew I was gonna have to have somebody at the hospital. I had a birthing plan. Birthing plan was just tight, foolproof. For her, I had 2 doulas. I had a doula from the very beginning, and when it came time for me to give birth, thank you. When it came time for me to give birth, she bought a assistant doula. So I had 2 doulas in there. I had this birthing plan, and it just told them, like, you not doing shit without my permission. You not taking my baby from the side of this bed. Matter of fact, when she come out, I need to hold her. She need to lay on me, skin to skin. Everything needs to be done bedside. She cannot go to the nursery. No pacifier. Hell no. No vaccinations. You better not drop nothing in her eyes. None of that shit. You know what I'm saying? I knew exactly what I wanted because I had studied this process myself. And I have a very much so a history with knowing just even about vaccinations because I never had vaccinations. I've never been vaccinated. You know what I'm saying? That was something my mom opted out. So growing up, I always had to explain to people, nah, I don't get shots. You don't get shots? Like, nah, I don't get shots. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you get sick? I'm like, nah, I don't get sick. And they like, what? What? You know what I'm saying? So it's now my children is the 2nd generation of no shots, never getting no vaccinations, medicine, none of that shit. Okay, so that was Samaya, and that was like a kind of failed experience. But then at the same time, I was at the hospital, and it was a lot of blood because they made it like that. And that was my very first child. So, but I was still just no medicine. I think I did end up having to get on a Pitocin drip. I got on one of those because they was like, oh, she's stuck. She got a, you know, my contraction. It was like I wasn't dilating. So that's how my baby was bought. You know what I'm saying? That's how somebody came. And we was at the hospital for like 2 days, and we was gone, and she was at home. She been a rider ever since. So shout out to her. So then my second birthing experience was my daughter, Amani. And that was a home birth. All the way, like, I was going to a doctor, but I knew I wanted to do a home birth. Like, I was looking for a black, melanated midwife. You know what I'm saying? I wanted one. I was like, nah, somebody here in Dallas, or we gonna go somewhere. Like, I was ready to go somewhere, stay for a week, and come back. You know what I'm saying? I was serious. I wanted to have that birthing experience, and I didn't really necessarily know why I felt so adamant about it, but I know I get what I want. If I want it, I'm gonna get it. So it was like I was about 7 months, 6 months, 7 months. I found me a midwife, Kanesha. I found Kanesha, and she was my midwife, and I had a home birth. I turned one of the rooms in my home into a birthing room. It was beautiful. While we was in there, I was birthing, laboring. I had a birthing tub, a birthing pool, excuse me. And I was in there laboring and everything, going in and out of consciousness, traveling to different planets and shit. And then they out in the other room, they was having a whole celebration. It was friends, family. They was drumming, food, drinks, you know what I'm saying? Like, everything was good. You know, it was just like a celebration. It was a celebration. So she was brought in with drumming and excitement and everything. When I say she every bit of that, like, she don't want the party to ever end. She like, what? Party ending? Hell no. That's how my daughter is. So with that home birthing experience, it was amazing. The water was so relaxing. You know what I'm saying? I was just like able to do what I needed to do. I was in and out of my backyard. I went to the bathroom freely. I ate freely. I drank freely. I was getting up to move around. These are things that are encouraged when you having a baby at your home, or when you having a baby at a birthing center. They are not going to tell you to just lay there in the bed with your legs up, because that is totally against gravity. Even when you use your mental common sense, like, damn, I stand up and it come down. So if I'm laying on my back, where it's no come down, you know, it's no gravity pull, it's no gravitational pull when you do it like that. You know what I'm saying? So that was Amani, and that was amazing. But I did it, and I felt so like it was natural, like she was there, but I really had her there because I never did it before. But if I had did it before, I would have just been like, you know, action. But they was like, you did it with such ease. She said that she had never seen anybody have, like, it was just so easy. They said I made it look so easy. I was like, what? Like, you know, they geeked me up. I'm like, next time, I'm doing myself. So, bam, found out, pregnant again. Okay, so for this one, I'm doing it myself. I did everything myself. I did my prenatal checkups myself. I made sure I stayed on my own health regimen myself. Everything, y'all, educating myself, going those next steps and making sure everything I was doing was exact and precise. And I did, now, mind you, like with my first home birth with Amani, I did the same thing. I was learning, I was reading. Everything Kanesha did, everything, I paid attention to everything, every step, everything that I was feeling. You know what I'm saying? How she had documented it, or if I had a question about it, and she had answered the question for me. So I was able to go in further detail and find out more just based off of, you know, information she was sharing with me. And I did that with Aline. That's my son. This is when I had my son. And I was like, oh, this time I didn't, like, what I recognized, yeah, I spent a lot of money on that first home birth. You don't have to do that. Like, I spent a lot of money, okay? And you don't have to do that. And when I recognized that really all you need is your supplies, you need your towels, you know what I'm saying? You don't really need that many, because with the water birth, the first one, I'm gonna jump back a little bit with Amani, the amount of blood that I saw was not any compared to what you see at the hospital. Hardly any of that type of blood come out. Like when she came out, yeah, and then in the water was a little bit. The water was still clear. It wasn't all bloody. It wasn't none of that. Now, and with that, I was eating a vegetarian, so I was still eating cheese, and I kind of was eating meat a little bit. Like, oh, I have a craving, but I think I might have had 2, 3 bites or something. Like, bites meaning moments when I ate meat, and that was like some black backsliding shit. Tongue tied. But anyway, so that's what that one was. And so to get to a lean, what I recognize, you don't need all that shit. You don't need to be buying no very, very expensive ass birthing pool. I mean, you can if you want to, but I'm talking about the minimums of having a baby. Like, this society make it seem like it's just so expensive to bring forth these ancestral spirits. You know what I'm saying? For us to look at children as an expansion of our life instead of, damn, I got another baby. You know what I'm saying? So when we start changing the dynamics of it, we get that energy, because everything is energy. It's posed to it. So if you feeling the negative aspect, then something is going to feel that positive aspect. You know what I'm saying? That other side. So, that's that on that. But, so with the lean, I was like, if I want to do the water, I have my tub. Like, literally, I learned now. I just do it in the tub. It's cool. But I was like, nah, I'm going to squat this baby out. I thought I was going to squat him out. I got all the way up into it, y'all. I'm telling you, it was like the last 3 hours, 2.5 hours. And I was so tired. I just wanted to sit down. I just really wanted to sit down. And I couldn't, because I was already dilated. And literally, I had him 2 hours after I got in that tub. And I was in the tub, y'all, instantly. They was like, I sat down, I was asleep, I was snoring, I was coming back through contractions. It was going down. Like, that's what happened when you laboring, like, you going in dimensions. Literally, I was telling them, I just felt when I needed to come back down to my body and deliver the baby, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, oh, I need to come back down so I can move or readjust or something. Like, but literally I was gone. Like, I know I was. You have to. You bring it in. You traveling. I was traveling. And I'm clear I was traveling. And I brought in ancestors every time. So with my son, I hardly had any blood at all, y'all. It was like a period blood the first day, and not one of those horror scene periods. It was like just like the first day of a normal cycle. That's how my blood was. It was hardly any came out when he came. I was like, damn. And I didn't do an ultrasound. I did none of that stuff. I kept it a surprise. I didn't even know I was having a boy. It was a surprise all the way up until I grabbed him and looked like, okay. So it was just so, it was liberating. It was just, I felt so strong, and I know that that's the way we supposed to do it. Like, no fear. I had no fear. Everything that was going on with my body, I was in tune with it. Every change that happened in my body, I recognized it. I felt it. I understood what was going on. I felt my body making the changes and me going through the growth, spiritually, mentally, and physically. And I was able to, without fear, conquer that and deliver my own baby. And my mom was there, and my mom helped supported me, and my sister-in-law, she was there with me. So shout out to my mama and shout out to Daniqua. And now I can help her and assist her, because she'll be having my niece soon. Hey. And I mean, that's just what it is. But I just wanted to share that, my birthing experience. If y'all have any questions, please put them in the inbox. I mean, the comments down below. And if you got a story you want to share it too, connect with me. Different sisters who are looking to get into the birth working field, the doula field. I'd be happy to put you in, the direction of some different sisters that I know who can assist you, or different organizations that can fit well for you and your schedule. But, this is what we do, y'all. We all birth workers. We all are, those midwives. We have that energy in us because we're nurturers. We're creators. So it's something natural that's in you. You just kind of got to, like, wake it up a little bit. Just like, pull it out. You know what I'm saying? So, happy World Doula Week. Hey, thank you for tuning in with your girl, Mommy Chi. Yeah.